Hello and welcome to our EasyNet Tools webinar training today. We're excited to be with you and to go over some important topics. This is actually a repeat of a webinar that we did some time ago, but we didn't get a good recording of it, so we are redoing it so that we've got a good recording. Also, Tyler says that I fell asleep during this webinar, so this time he's going to try and keep me awake. So. Before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Bruce Eckman. I'm the President and CEO of EasyNet Tools, and I will be your host today. And with us we have Tyler Swindeman, who will be our presenter. How are you, Tyler?
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay, you got to keep me awake this time. I think the last time I'd been to a Boy Scout activity, and I got back, and all those Cub Scouts wore me out. So we'd like to go ahead and get started with our webinar today. We'd like to welcome you to the Easy Page Manager training. And the first thing that we'd like to do is just kind of go over what's going to be covered in today's webinar. And so we'll have Tyler just kind of talk to you and explain what he's going to cover in today's webinar.
All right. Well, today we're going to cover the Easy Page Manager program, which is a program that has the ability to update several parts of your website, including your meta tags and your page options, and we will cover those. Basically, just the necessities of what we need to cover as far as search engine optimization goes, and getting that information out there for the search engines on your websites. And then throughout this presentation, we will cover some SEO tips. So I don't know that we're actually going to have an entire section on that, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask it during the webinar, and we will cover those.
Okay, thank you, Tyler. What we'd like to do now is to transfer control to Tyler's computer so you can actually see his screen, and he will walk through and demonstrate these tools to you. So I'm passing control now to Tyler. So Tyler, your screen should appear. It looks like you're up.
All right, great. Well, I first of all would like to apologize if I have those mad skills of putting people to sleep, because this is something that I don't really want to do, especially covering this webinar with Easy Page Manager. This is something that is pretty important. We filled a lot of questions in support and in our search engine optimization department with how do you optimize a website and get this information out there on your website for the search engines and things like that. So, we felt, a necessity or that it was necessary to cover this webinar again, and so here we are. First of all, as you can tell, we're looking at your Member Tools account, and this is the first place that it takes us as we log in. Now, what we will be covering today is this Easy Page Manager, which I'm going to highlight here with my mouse. This is in the Administrative Tools tab located here on this screen that we can see here. What we're going to do is just go ahead and click in this, and then I will explain some of the things in here first before we get into some detailed explanations. But again, like I mentioned before, the Easy Page Manager is a program that we developed here at EasyNet Tools that brings into this area several things that we felt were necessary to editing and updating on a website, and being able to do that very quickly and efficiently. Prior to having these tools here all in one place, you would normally have to go in and open up each of your pages one at a time to update this information.
We might mention too, I'm not aware of any other web tools out there that have anything like this at all. So this is a really incredibly powerful tool to help you to promote your site better on the search engines and get better search engine rankings. And it just makes life a heck of a lot easier.
Yes, it does. And really what we're trying to do is help businesses be successful online. And if we can't find ways of being easily, if we can't find ways to easily update your website or to easily manage your website and be successful online, then we're out of business. So one of those things we felt was important for us to have this tool, and then as well as for our customers. So what we're looking at here is an overview of the Easy Page Manager. This is a page that lists all of the web pages on your account that were built using Easy Page Builder. So as you can see here, if we just take a look at some of these pages, we're displaying 7 pages here. They're all titled with a page, and the page has a link here to the location of that file, and we can actually click on this and preview the file, which is very helpful, especially if you have a lot of page names that you're not really sure what they were, but maybe were created in sequence or things like that. And so they have a purpose for the file name, but you're not really sure what it is. Like in this situation here, Form 1, Form 2 doesn't really tell us specifically what the page is, so we can click on it to preview it to just find out exactly what this page is, which is helpful because now that we know what pages these are, we can then go in and edit some of this information that we're seeing here. The next thing that we see here across from this URL is a priority. And we're just going to explain that real quick. A priority is a number that you specify for importance for this particular page. And this is specified for the search engines. The search engines, basically, they want to know what priority your pages have in relation to each other. So what we'll do is you might edit a page and change the page's priority. Some of the pages you would do that for would be like your index page or your sales page or products page or services page, things like that that you would like to direct most of your customers to. And then some of your lower priority pages would be like an About Us page or an information page or a Contact Us page or form pages, different things like that. So this is a way for us to tell the search engines what pages we would like to have a certain priority. And you can see that priority listed here. You can see the difference between this one here, Form 1 and Form 2. They both have a different highlighted priority. And we'll show you how to change that here later on. The next thing that we see is a title of the site, or of this page. And each page can have a title, description, and keywords, and so on. And that's a common question that we get all the time is, doesn't my site just have one title and one description and one set of keywords? No, each of your pages have a separate title, a separate description, and they could have the same keywords, but you could also place different keywords on each of your pages. So one of the things you need to remember is you want to make sure that you have a separate title and description for each of your pages. But the title is important because this is something that we tell the search engines what the title of this page is. You can see the sample one that we have here for this first page here, EasyNet Tools -Easy Form Webinar on Form 1 with Form Samples. Now that's probably a pretty long title. It is somewhat descriptive about this page, but we could probably even make that even better for the search engines. But let me show you what the search engines can do with that information. If we go to Google.com, which is a popular search engine, I'm sure everybody here is familiar with Google, and we can do a search here for water heater, if I can spell it right, and just do a general search here. And this is a search that we have done in the past webinars on this webinar topic. The first thing that we see is it brings up a list of search results for the keyword water heater. And we can go through and we can look at some of these general listings here of websites. What I've highlighted here on this first one is the title of this particular website, ream.com.